All right, we are live.
Hey, everybody, it's Dale Jr., and we are live here at the Bojangle Studio for the Dale Jr. Download. And we just got done talking about all things North Wilkesboro and looking forward to this weekend at Charlotte. You've been sending your questions in to Xfinity Racing on Twitter, and we're going to go through them now and try to answer them. Should be a lot of fun. Let's go.
Hang on, there's technical difficulties.
Technical difficulty.
Maybe it's just on our end. People are saying it's all good, so we can get going.
Great. All right. It's all good.
All right. Our first question is, of all your throwback T-shirts, do you have one that you've been trying to get your hands on but can't, or is there a specific driver you wish you had a throwback T-shirt from?
Yeah, actually, there is this one particular shirt, and there's a shirt with Buddy Baker's Gray Ghost on it, and it's from 1979 or 1980. It is not a reproduced shirt. It is from 1980 or 1979. It's got Buddy Baker and then the Gray Ghost Oldsmobile. Amy loved that shirt, and it was like a smalls, and she wore it a lot. And apparently, unfortunately, it was in our luggage when we crashed the plane, and it burnt. We lost the shirt. So we lost a lot of things that day, but I've always been looking for that shirt to replace it because I love all types of throwbacks stuff, but she was very particular. I would give Amy like, hey man, here's 10 shirts, and she's like, yeah, I like that one. I'll wear this one. Who's this guy? And so that was one that I wish I could find. Maybe, yeah, I'm sure one's out there somewhere. I just got to keep looking.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite one that you have on right now that is that you're like, that's the go-to, that's the number one?
No, not really. So, the throwback stuff for me is wear it once and put it away.
Yeah.
I don't know, wearing it multiple times. It's not a garment like you in like a normal shirt in your closet. You're just gonna, okay, that goes with my pants. I'm gonna wear that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a one and done type of thing. But sometimes I might wear them. I kind of just got them to wear on the show.
Yeah.
This show. But I have a lot. I have a whole bunch, and I have even more packaged away that don't fit. Like I buy them, and you're like, okay, yeah, large in 1980 is not a large today. But so I got a bunch stored away, and some still on a rack, and just going through them.
Our next one is from Chad. You mentioned last week that you got a lot of weird Christmas gifts growing up, like a leaf blower.
Yeah.
Do you have any others that you thought were strange?
Yeah, Dad and Teresa went to race in Japan. When was that? When's the first Japan race?
Maybe 98?
No.
No.
Before then.
Before then. Oh, it was before then.
Yeah.
You're right. The
Like
first
94 or something.
That's right. Something like that.
We got chopsticks in her as a stocking stuffer.
What the
Dude, I'm telling you.
Just regular old chopsticks?
Yeah. It was that and a few other knickknacks from the gift shop in their hotel, I suppose.
What in the heck are they thinking about chopsticks in a stocking?
I don't have any context. I'm sorry.
That is no, they don't have any context. No, I'm sure there's no context.
No. It is what
It is what it is. That's the context. Chopsticks.
All right. Our next question. So I don't know if you saw it, the Indy 500. They have special qualifying rules. Graham, it was a weird transition, I know.
Yeah.
So Graham Rahal, regular, missed the race.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think NASCAR should adopt that nobody is safe qualifying for like their big races, like the Daytona 500?
Yeah.
Like
I think whatever you do it every week.
Yeah.
I think the charter system has its positives, but it also has basically created the F1 style race grid where everybody that is in the series shows up in races. We used to have 43 cars start races. You had 2 provisionals and a champions provisional, and it was very, qualifying was sort of compelling, because of how you had to work to get into the field, and you'd always send maybe 1 or 2 guys home. And now with the charters, you get 36 cars. It's the 36 cars. There's every once in a while in some of the bigger races, you get a couple, like Daytona 500. You had one guy that wasn't going to make it. So I don't think it's not even worth debating because it's never going to happen. Never will they go to a scenario where one of the charter teams would ever be in a threat to be knocked out or not race or not compete on that weekend. That's the whole purpose of having a charter, is to be guaranteed that you will race, so you can then go to a partner or sponsor and say, hey, I'm guaranteed to be in all the events. I will say that we are such a far cry from the 1979 Daytona 500, which I've been researching a lot here lately. They sent home 37 entries went home from the Daytona 500 by not either qualifying or racing their way in through the duels. 37 different entries. 37.
Yeah,
They went to Richmond two races later and started only 30 cars. So it's a different time, but I think with the charter system, it's changed all that.
Yeah. For our last batch of questions, we have a crew, Dirty Mo Media crew, going to Indy. So they're in the car right now, and they sent in a bunch of questions, so we can rapid fire these off.
Is that fair?
Is the one
they get
sending the
access?
questions driving right
They've
now?
leapfrogged the fan access. They should feel
No,
very,
it's not fair. But two, I'm kind of curious on what
They're interesting. That's why they make the cut.
Yeah, they should feel very,
Bad.
very lucky.
From Dustin is, how do you like your eggs cooked?
Good heavens.
I'm lazy, so I'm like scrambled. I just went and got breakfast with my family yesterday, and I'm that very question is like, yeah, how do I want my eggs? They're like, I want 2 eggs. Well, how you want them? I'm like, so I guess scrambled.
Yeah.
I'm just pretty lazy about it.
Yeah, I get that. I'm the same way.
I'm not even love eating eggs.
Yeah, they're watery sometimes.
Yeah, I just don't even. I mean, it's not a very fun.
Put a little bit more thought, Alex, into how they're cooked, and then you would not have watery eggs.
Maybe.
Yeah.
James would like to know if,
I will say,
Yeah.
hey, the one thing. So I saw, this is so silly and simple, and probably not worth live YouTube, but I went to this hunting camp, and I was watching this lady cook eggs in the morning, and she cracks the egg and puts it in the frying pan so it's sunny side up, right? And she's putting the salt and pepper on before it's cooked. And I thought, that's perfect. It's like built in. Salt and pepper just sinks down into the
Fused into the egg.
So I was like, man, that thing's going to be awesome. And it was one of the best eggs I ever ate.
Yeah.
So the answer is sunny side up, but you got to put the salt and the pepper in before the eggs cook.
Interesting. I'll have to try that.
Yeah.
James would like to know if you'd rather be able to fly or invisible.
Invisible. Because
Yeah.
I mean, there's ways to fly without having superpowers.
Yeah, that's a good answer. The next one is, what song are you singing at the karaoke bar?
The very first song I ever karaoke'd was "Good Thing" by Fine Young Cannibals, and I like that one. It's probably my go-to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike, what about you?
Free bird all day long.
Of course. Not the tequila song. That'd be my go-to.
I liked how Connor Daly said on Speed Street how the Denny asked a question, or DBC asked a question about what bars should they go to Indy, and it made Connor tell a Denny Hamlin story about when Denny was in Indy karaoke and to the thong song. Can't you just see Denny Hamlin karaokeing the thong song?
Try not to picture it.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
And then the last one from Andrew.
Big crowd here is what we got. Big response. Thank you.
Our usual Ask Junior host is, would you rather fight a small bear or
yeah.
wrestle an alligator?
Is this coming from our car?
I
Is this
know.
coming from our people?
Yeah.
They're about to interview Mario Andretti. They got other things to worry about and think about.
I'm telling you that not only have they leapt over the fan engagement on our YouTube live, but their questions are much worse. I mean, they're the best questions that actually come from the fans. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Are there any fan questions left?
yes, there is. There's one from Kyle. Now that North Wilkesboro has shown surrounding states that racetrack revival is what the fans want, will this help jumpstart the National Fairgrounds or other lost speedways?
I think that this is a good I think everything that happened at North Wilkesboro, even with the dud of a race we had, I think it's a good thing for a track like Nashville Fairgrounds. I think it's a good thing for even a track like Rockingham. Rockingham was talked about more this weekend because of what people came and saw at Wilkesboro. I don't know. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I was asked about Rockingham while I was at Wilkesboro this weekend. And even other drivers, right? I saw Chase Elliott talking about it, being asked about it. So it is a good thing for all of those possibilities out there. And while I am thrilled to have been a part of what happened at Wilkesboro, I don't know if I got the energy for another one.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest with you. There's so many variables involved in all of that becoming a success, and even after all of the work we did to even have like a small 5 or 10% complain or of course the race wasn't good. I'm not even talking about that, but there was people. I was seeing some stuff in my timeline after the heat races with people going, "Oh, this is a waste. No wonder they abandoned the old North Wilkesboro." And I'm thinking, how could you be that way? How could you even have that? How could you not sit out, keep your opinion to yourself, I guess, when everybody's so excited and positive? It just takes a lot of wind out of your sails. But I hope that, that NASCAR goes back to the fairgrounds someday. I think it's a good possibility. And I feel better. I feel better about Rockingham than I did going into the weekend. I just felt like, NASCAR's not going to want to race more in North Carolina. They moved out of the Southeast to get bigger and go now, and they're wanting to go beyond our borders to race internationally, right? Why would they want to come back and saturate a market that they left? But that's the way I felt before we went to Wilkesboro. But now I feel like, something could happen at Rockingham. If it's not Cup, maybe it's Xfinity or Truck that goes back there and becomes more of a regular show there. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
All right, everybody. I appreciate the questions. Sorry about the hiccup there with the Dirty Mo Media crew in their car, but we're going to give them a hard time for that. Anyways, I hope everybody tunes in later tonight. We had a great show earlier, and we've got a great guest this week. Slubber Labby is going to be on tomorrow, so hope you'll tune in for that. And I'm headed to Indy. Make sure you tune in for the 500. I know you'll be watching the 600 at Charlotte, and I'm sure everybody's going to try to catch both shows. I'll be working a little bit for NBC there in Indy, and it ain't long till we're back in the booth at the Cup races at the end of June. And so just a lot going on. Very, very busy time of year, and hope everybody's doing well out there, and we'll see you tomorrow.